Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at Unity of Command 2's latest DLC, Victory in the East. Now if you're not familiar with Unity of Command 2, it's an operational level World War II Hex Encounters PC wargame. And this is the 9th DLC in this wide series. This one is going to take us all the way from the breakout in Leningrad to the Battle of Berlin. There are 32 scenarios in the DLC spread out over 2 campaigns, a main campaign and a mini campaign. The main campaign is you play as the Russian side, starting with the breakout from Leningrad in January of 1944 and ending up with the Battle of Berlin. There's also a mini campaign playable from the German side, which is Balaton 1945. And it forks into 2 paths. It's got 7 scenarios, but there's an alternate history track where the Axis forces can drive on Ploesti if things go well enough for them. So a big DLC to take a look at. And if you're not familiar with the system, it's been around for a few years now. It started, of course, with the original Unity of Command, Unity of Command 2. Now 9 DLCs covering combat in the East Front, West Front, the desert. I'm not sure if this will be the last DLC or what there might be left for them to cover, but tons of combat and scenarios and options and campaigns to play with this. I really like this series. I feel like it's got a good blend of complexity and depth. It feels more operational, tactical types of decisions to me rather than puzzle decisions, and there are certain skills you have to learn. So I really enjoy spending time with this series. Now, with that being said, let's jump in and get started. We're going to play the first campaign, the first scenario in the Russian campaign. So we'll click on New Campaign up here, and we are going to play Victory in the East, Berlin. A disclaimer, this is a beta copy, so the release of the game is coming out tomorrow as I'm recording this now. So there may be things we see in here that aren't quite the final version, although we're less than 24 hours away, so we're probably pretty close. For difficulty, I'm going to pick Classic, which usually gets me in a lot of trouble. I'm not the best at this game. I'm going to call this Berlin 2 and hit OK. So the campaign introduction has played and basically setting the scene for the time and basically the Russians driving westward to try to make it to Berlin. We're now looking at the campaign, kind of the conference before you start each chunk of the campaign. And we have a couple of decisions to make in here. Basically, our biggest decision is up top. We can see there is 500 prestige. Prestige is basically kind of your currency. And in this situation, we can buy a couple things. We can buy upgrades to our headquarters, and we can also buy cards. And so we are going to buy cards here. This is actually a pretty good layout here, I think, for us. These bombers add a good bit of air power to our attacks. So we will get this, and this is going to cost us 40 prestige. We can see the green price down there, and our prestige just lowered. Likewise, we're going to get the second bomber, get the transport here. This will help our supply network, which should come in handy. And then we have an intelligence support card here. Remove the fog of war during a player turn. Let's try that just for fun. I think that could be pretty interesting. And now we've got our cards picked out. At the classic level of difficulty, you're limited to 4 cards. And so that's can we get them? No, we cannot get that one. Yeah, so we're limited to 4 cards, I believe, with the classic difficulty. Let's now upgrade a few of our headquarters. We can see we have 6 here, and I confess, I don't know what scenarios these start to take hold in. We're going to play Leningrad up in the north, and I'm not sure if any of these headquarters are here. It'd be nice if there were a way for me, and maybe I'm just missing it, to know where these headquarters are going to be active in what scenarios, but I guess we'll figure that out as we go along. We can do things like we see a prestige cost over here on the right, and it upgrades basically, in this case, the movement upgrades of our headquarters. Let's do that just a little bit. We're going to spend 25 prestige to upgrade the 5th Guards tank. I think we'll upgrade our Guards tanks. Not knowing what to do, I can imagine they're going to be important because those are probably our elite units. And I'm going to go through now and spend a little bit more prestige on upgrading our headquarters, and then we're going to jump right into the first scenario. All right, upgraded the movement on most of the headquarters and then added in some features here: suppressive fire, rear guard actions, and then recon and force to the Guards tank headquarters figuring that those are probably going to see a lot of the heavy action. So we'll start upgrading those. And you can see there's quite a bit that over the course of a campaign, you're going to be expanding the capacities of your headquarters so that you can do different types of subtle assaults and attacks and increase the range and the mobility of your headquarters as well. So we've spent all the prestige that I wanted to spend, and now we've ended the conference and we've gone in. We can see our 2 theaters. We can start here with the Korsun-Shevchenkovsky scenario, or we can start with Leningrad, Novgorod. And let's start with this one up here. We'll click on this, and we are going to play, select Start Scenario, and we should be good to go. We'll let this load. So the scenario has loaded. This is a rather large scenario, 8 turns long. I'm going to go through this in kind of accelerated fashion, probably hopping over turns, so we get through it all in one episode. But we can see we're oriented now with north at the top of the screen. Russian forces are in the kind of beige, if you would, tan colored. Let's zoom in a little bit to take a look. German forces in blue and gray to the south of those forces. And here is our front lines. We can see up here is Leningrad. And we're going to try to, the goal here basically is for the Russians to break out of Leningrad, come down here and take Gdov and Luga. That's kind of our initial goal, is to basically make a thrust, try to cut off units, destroy as many German units as we can, and get all the way to these 2 cities. And we can see on the right-hand side here, the score sheet, if you would. Let's switch this to our goals here. We've got 5, basically. Novgorod, which is right over here. We want to take this city as well, so we want to get across the river here. And then up top, we've got Krasnovardesk, which is right here across from Leningrad. So that's going to be one of our goals. And these are listed as this is listed as a turn 2 goal. So we need to get moving quickly here to get this one. And then Chudovu, which is over here, another goal. Gdov and Luga are other 2 goals, which are going to come later in the scenario. We have to get to those by turn 5 for Gdov and turn 7 for Luga. Now we can get there later, but we will lose victory points by doing so. And basically, units destroyed, casualties taken, objectives reached on time get us different victory point allocations that we, and then get us more prestige, which puts us in a better position in subsequent scenarios to do better than we do that. So you're playing the long game here. You definitely want to try to make these objectives, but you're balancing losses and trying to get as many prestige points as you can. There's also some secondary objectives. Narva, over here on the west side of the map, we need to take this by turn 7 and then hold it. And if we can get that, we get some bonuses for the start of the next scenario. And then Ropsha here, which is right across here. There's apparently a naval landing here on this little peninsula that sticks out to the west of Leningrad. So we need to very quickly take out these German forces in Ropsha here so we can link our units and get the supply going there. So that's going to be one of our goals here in the first turn. And then lastly, Staya Russa, which is a German-held city over here. Now, I played this through about halfway once, and I got, just to kind of get a sense for kind of refreshing myself with the series and the game and things, I had a lot of trouble making ground here. I just couldn't, we didn't have the forces to do much here, and these German forces were pretty dug in. So I'm not sure what we'll do here, but our rough goal is going to be to try to take these forces massed around Leningrad into the west, punch a hole in the German lines, go straight for Gdov here, and then with these forces on the east near Chudovu, simultaneously drive west and try to get to Luga. There is a big swamp in here that we can see. So ideally, we might want to loop around and use this road system to the south of Novgorod down here. But I'm not sure. We'll think about that. And then otherwise, we could also punch through from the forces here in Leningrad and come straight down to Luga. But we'll see how it goes. A lot of that depends on the vagaries of fate and how the Germans treat us. So I'm going to get started thinking about an attack plan, and we're going to go off and get our first attacks going here. So we have our cards here. We're going to play these cards. I'm going to play the bomber card. We're going to basically use the card. That's going to give us 2 bomber assets. Nice. And we're going to use them all here. I might save some of these, but for the sake of this, we're going to actually use them all. And we're going to use a transport card. So this will be pretty helpful. That'll add us another transport capacity. And I want to kind of see, I've never used this intelligence card to remove the fog of war. So I'm going to take a look at that. We'll probably save that for a while. So we played all of our cards here. Now we've got 3 bombers, which should help quite a bit here with our Air Force attacks, and we have extra supply capacity too, so we'll be able to move more quickly and get our supply situation worked out. Now, we have a lot of things to look at here. I definitely want to see if we can take Ropsha here on the first turn. We can look at these German units and notice there's kind of a stack of coins there, and then there's right beside it is 3 bricks. That means they are heavily entrenched. So it's a little bit risky. I think what we're going to try to do, though, is to break out here. We're going to try to attack from these troops to the east. We will take casualties, but I mean, these are Russian infantry, right? So casualties are to be expected. Let's see if we have luck here. Oof, that didn't work out all that well. Okay, that should still be good here. We're in the left-hand number, by the way. We're looking at the numbers as I hover over the attack. The 0 means our expected casualties. The 2 means the expected German casualties. I do think we'll drop an air assault on them now. Good, that's suppressed. And the full dots, we can see on a unit there are 4 dots for this German unit that we are attacking. Let's kick out of here. The one in Ropsha here. And there are 2 full dots now and 2 blank dots. The blank ones are suppressed. So our Air Force there suppressed 2 of the units. That should give us better results here. It's gone up to 0 to 3. Hopefully this assault will break out and drive these forces out. Excellent. It does. And we can continue with a follow-through attack here. See, that one cannot, but this guy can move and then attack again. 0 to 2. Let's do it. Let's keep pushing forward here. Excellent. And we've driven them back, not driven them back, but we're putting on the hurt here, trying to figure out where we can break out. So we can see also our supply here. We do need to protect that. Otherwise, the AI is very adept at poking holes where you leave holes. So if we were to leave that supply unprotected, I am absolutely certain the Germans would take it. So we are going to kind of have to guard against that. I'm going to make some moves now and do some more attacks. I'll kind of bring up a couple of interesting points, and then we're going to drive on. We attacked to the west of Leningrad, did some damage to some German forces, but weren't able to take ground here, unfortunately. I do want to show one thing here. We've got Krasnovardesk, which is our turn 2 goal. We can see it up to the right-hand side there. And we can see on our list of objectives now that Ropsha has taken by turn 1, and it's given some victory points for us here too. But we're going to click on this 110 Rifle Corps, and this is an entrenched unit in the city here. So we're going to do a set piece attack, which allows us to hopefully weaken the defense here. So we've got suppressed units. Now it's no longer entrenched, which is good. So that helps with that. I don't think we can really attack it this turn, but it kind of sets us up for attacking it next turn. I would like to, if possible, swap this unit out, get it out of range here so we can attack with something else. I think we can do this. Yeah, that'll work. Let's pull these units back to the port here. We're going to move this unit back into the city. 1-to-1 attack. Let's do it. We want to, as quickly as we can, we want to get this goal. So, that was not very good. We lost some troops and we just suppressed them there. So, not a successful attack for us there. Now, we want to see what we can do to weaken this eastern front. I'll get busy and we'll see what the aftermath looks like. We brought down another infantry unit, pulled it into attack Krasnovardesk, and we were successful pushing the defenders out. It was a very strong attack. That gets us our turn 2 goal already. It adds 50 prestige to our score. So this is good. We've cleared this supply line, if you would, along the water, really opened up our troops here. So getting this on the first turn was a huge success for us. I'm really happy about that. To the east of Leningrad here, we did punch a hole in the German lines, and so we get starting to bring troops around and see if we can kind of envelop these troops in just to the south of Leningrad by taking Krasnovardesk. That supply route is now much more difficult for these units to get in supply. So that's good for us. And I'm hoping that maybe we can punch a hole in the German lines here and cut in behind these troops and force them to withdraw. But we'll see how this goes. Still a lot of work to be done. Let's take a look down here near Chudovo, which we need to get by turn 2 as well. Chudovo, which is our turn 2 goal, no success here. We've weakened their entrenchment and basically started peppering them a little bit, but we do have to be a little bit careful that they don't sneak across here and hit our headquarters, which is right across the river as well. We need to get this on turn 2. It's looking like a little bit tough now. We didn't really have good attacks down here. Likewise, Novgorod, we're expected to get this turn. We have weakened the entrenchment with these 2 attacking units. We do have this naval unit here, which can attack this way. See if we can get success here. Is it going to retreat? It does. Excellent. So can we push across the river here and get this? We can. Into Novgorod we go, thanks to our naval assault here. And that actually puts us in pretty good shape for that. I'm worried a little bit about this unit here to the north of Novgorod, whether it's going to try to cross the river at these bridges here. That could be problematic. We might want to move our headquarters a little bit out of the way. But we do have... Now, they can't get there. They can't get there. They can't do anything. We're a little bit vulnerable here with that bridge across the river. But hopefully they won't be that bold. But generally the AI is that bold. So I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do that and mess us up. So we're going to move our headquarters out of the way. And then down to this front on the very southern edge of our front, I don't see a way forward. We don't have the troops, the power really to knock these Germans out. So I just pulled us back a little bit actually to a defensive position here. That ends our first turn. I'm going to rearrange our supply a little bit, and then we will move on to see the German reaction. The supply and logistics element of this game I think is very well done. And what I'm showing now is the supply network map here. We can see barrels. These are where we can put our supplies. And we've got roughly these numbers are how many supply depots we've got. We did get an extra one because of that card play. So we've got one in the range here. These lines, if you would, these bars show which units are in supply and then where the supply runs out. So back here we can see these red squares. These are out of supply here. And I added another supply to this section right here to the east of Chudovu to try to keep these units across the bridges here in supply. And then I pulled one out down here because I don't think we need two there. And so basically you're constantly kind of moving around these barrels of supply and trying to keep them safe because the Germans will try to pick them off, and trying to get the enemy's supplies as well, but trying to keep your units in supply. I'm pretty happy with how everything looks at the moment. So I'm just going to kind of cycle through to see if I've missed any units, and then we will end this turn, having taken Novgorod, which is good, have taken Krasnog, Vardesk, and Ropsha, both good. No progress in Chudovu, but we're looking okay there. However, it's up for the German reaction here. So let's clean this up, and I'll be right back to take a look at their reaction. Alrighty, I think that's good. Let's end the turn here, and we'll see how the Germans react. I'm very curious to see how aggressive they are. Oh, reinforcements there. Reinforcements into Novgorod. That's it. Interesting. Okay. I thought perhaps they would be bold and try to hit this headquarters here in supply chain, but they did not, which is good. So let's talk about our objectives this turn. We need to take Chudovu on this turn. We need to kind of starts pushing through here somehow. This is the bulk of the German forces, and if we can encircle them, kind of slide some units through this way, slide some units around this way, and get these units here, we could drive right to Luga. I think that is really our path forward here. Likewise, take Chudovu and then try to punch a hole somewhere through this forest and swamp and try to head to Luga from this side too. So I'll get busy and we'll kind of see how things go, and I'll report back. Early attacks on the German units to the south of Krasnog Vardesk were really successful. We wiped out and pushed these units back. So we're going to kind of press our advantage here. See if we can hit. There we go. Kind of pushing these units out of the way now. Really looking strong to break out right here to the south, direct south of Leningrad. We've got a pretty significant hole in their lines now. So turn two, we punched through a little bit here. We've kind of got this German unit encircled. We did push through to the south of Leningrad, opening up which looking like a potential breakthrough here. Just some weak infantry to kind of open up the route to Luga, looking pretty good. To the east of Leningrad as well, we were able to punch through another hole here, driving back German forces there. And our attack on Chudovu was successful, so we've taken that. Down around Novgorod, we're holding it, but I'm a little bit concerned. If we look here, we may have overextended ourselves. This weaker infantry unit, which I can't get out of the way, is probably going to get attacked, I bet, and wiped out here. It's just not looking like it's in a good position. And then just holding down here to the south. So I'm going to clean this up, and then we'll go on to the third turn. All right, we've finished our attacks here. Let's go on to the German response here in turn two, see if they find any weaknesses in our lines here. Oh, attacking Chudovu. Not successful. Oh, they wiped themselves out. Coming in again, though. They're trying to retake it. We have held. They're still coming. Oh, that's bad. That's pushed back. Ah, they recaptured Chudovu. Not good. Coming for Novgorod, we held and wiped them out, though. These are expensive attacks, though. Hold. Excellent. Oh, they pushed across the river there to try to get our supplies. Germans pulling back here. Blew the bridge there. Interesting. So some counterattacks here. Those were expensive. We lost Chudovo, though, so we lost those points there. Not good. All right. Enemy objective lost. But wow, that was a strong counterattack, but very expensive. This unit here is right on our supplies. We need to regroup here, definitely. So kind of a counterattack to the east, but they've left themselves wide open here. And this unit, I think we can probably cut off, but it is delaying us. Anyway, we'll kind of make some decisions here and think about what we're going to do. We need to keep pushing forward up here. This has collapsed for the Germans. Looking pretty good. We should be able to start our drive on Luga right now. So let's start up in here. I'll move forward and I'll show you the results. Good news, bad news. On the west of Leningrad here, we've pretty much taken out the forces here, pushed a good bulge through here. There's this one German infantry unit that's holding us back, but I'm hopeful that we can knock that out of the way and then drive towards Godov on the turn 4 here. So we can, because we got to get there by turn 5 and it's a hike. So that's a little bit of a run here. Likewise, we've managed to encircle these units to the south of Leningrad. I'm hopeful that they'll run out of supply and be easy pickings as we go into the next turn. We're unable to retake Chudovo. It's problematic. We don't have the assault to be able to do that, and they've kind of cut some of our units off the supply here. Likewise, this unit here we can't dislodge, but we have cut it out of supply. So I'm hopeful that we can retake these on the next turn and start driving through this forest or along these woods down here to try to get to Luga from the southeast a little bit. Disappointing on the east side here as the Germans are tenaciously holding on to Chudovo, and we really haven't been able to push past Novgorod due to the threat of this unit. Good results around Leningrad and to the west of Leningrad and to the east. We've pushed a big pocket through. I'm hopeful this will create problems for the units in Chudovo, but let's see. Oops, wait. Hang on, I'm gonna cancel. I gotta readjust my supply. Supply readjusted. Let's see what the Germans do in their turn 3 here. Prisoners escaping. God, they're attacking Novgorod. Hold. God, they pushed us out. They've retaken Novgorod. We're not meeting our objectives. Oof, these units are tough in here. God, they're breaking out. Where are these guys coming from? Oh, they blew the bridge to Novgorod now. God, this is going sideways fast. We've lost 2 of the objectives we had earlier on. So I played about this far in the previous time, and I was doing much better. I'm doing terribly. I thought I was doing okay, but gosh. Okay. Time for revenge. Okay, we need to take Chudovo back. If we can take that, we can push right up to Novgorod along the road here. And that will get us going forward and get us back and resupply too. So Chudovo must fall. The defenses there are weak, to be fair. Well, they did hold there. Fall. Excellent. There it goes. Okay. So let's push these troops across the river. And we'll attack from behind here. We've regained Chudovo there. Wipe those out. Okay, so we've cleaned up the situation around Chudovo, although it did slow us way up here. And this unit is completely cut off now. Hopelessly cut off, I think. Okay, so we'll now we can push forward with these units. This unit will get back in supply. We can try to regain Novgorod, but we're horribly delayed over here in the east. German front collapsed around Leningrad here. We are pushing through in force. We're all the way up to Narva now. We've driven and taken Kingisepp here. German resistance at Narva is in position. We'll probably hold there, but we do need to try to get to Gdov by turn 4. We're not going to make that, but we'll get most of the points, I think, if we get there by turn 6. To the east of Leningrad, German resistance has collapsed. We've retaken Chudovo, but only got 25 victory points for that one. So that's disappointing that we lost that. Likewise, we still have been unable to get enough force into Novgorod to take it. I was doing much better last time for these goals. But the forces around to the south of Leningrad have really fallen apart. So I'm hopeful we can push right on to Luga here. There's just at least as far as we can see, one German infantry unit between Leningrad and Luga. Although we can see we've got some known forces around here, so they're going to put up some kind of a defense. But we do have some German supplies in the way. We'll see how they handle this. To the east of Leningrad, we did reduce that pocket. There's still a little bit of holdouts, but they should go down in the next few days here. Let's see how the Germans react here. Ooh, they retreated out of there. Falling back there, too. Ah, they brought infantry in. Okay. Brought reinforcements down to Staraya Russa. Pretty quiet. I think they got some heavy casualties on that last one. So, turn 5. Let's see. We're trying to get the knife. We also try to push down this road here. We're going to go as fast as we can. Yeah, we're too slow to get to Godolphin by turn 5. But we'll do our best here. Take some more units. We've got a lot of forces coming this way. We'll just basically make a line. Actually, let's send these forces over here. I'd like to take Nadia. Can we take it? Ooh, we might be able to take it. They are not dug in. Let's try it. Maybe we'll get lucky. Retreat. No. Darn it. Okay. Anyway, let's so that pushes our forces through here. The interesting part is going to be see what's left in this pocket here. I want to hit these with aircraft to see if we can... nothing. Let's try it again. Come on. They're in the open. They're on the road. Hit them again. Weaken some of them. Nothing. Gosh. Okay, but 1-to-1. I'd like to get a better attack off on them. 1-to-1 still. Disappointing. I thought we could do better here. Well, we need to do it. Let's do it. All right. Casualties suffered. God, they're still holding stubbornly here. Let's take these prisoners to the right. Let's come in here. 1-to-1. They're extracting heavy casualties on us here. This force, 4-0. What the heck? These guys made of? We hit them once more with aircraft. Let's do it. Oh, man. No effect. What have they put into these troops? We're not attacking them at... I know what we can do. We can feint. Let's try that. Yes. We should have done that right to start, probably. Now, 2-to-1. Let's do it. I want to get rid of them if we can. Okay, we pushed them back. Excellent. And now we should be able to finish them off. Overrun. Good. Can we get in there? Can we get there? Yes, we can get the supply. A huge supply boost for us. Very nice. And that wears them down. We've pushed through a lot of casualties there, though, unfortunately. But good progress made. Good. So Leningrad, we are driving forward towards the 18th Army headquarters here. And we have to get across the river to Luga, though. That's going to be challenging. But let's get our units going here, finish these units off, and then see. We should be able to get these units, and then see if we can improve our situation around Novgorod. These forces are being stubbornly persistent here. We've got a lot of troops on them now. Novgorod must be ours. There we go. Pushed him out, finally. Let's turn 5 draws to a close. It's February 3rd. We've pushed again, holding at Narva. We're unable to take it there. Made progress, as we saw, to the south of Leningrad on our approach to Luga. And then drove through the forest here. Finally got retaken Novgorod. And hopefully now can push on to this city here and then cut into Luga from the southeast. But time is running out. We've only got 3 turns left. Staraya Russa was a goal, an optional goal for turn 6, but we're not going to get that, I don't think, next turn. There's no way. We might need to... Yeah, we needed to go faster. Novgorod was a big slowdown for us, but let's see how the... I'm going to clean this up. We'll clean up our supply, which is actually kind of precarious now, and then we'll see how the Germans respond. Basically, with the supply, you got to kind of keep moving your depots to keep up with your units, but try not to put them too far forward so they can be captured by the enemy. So I've dropped one here, which if we look at our units is kind of supplying these units now. We've outrun our supply, though, in the last turn. So I pulled up a lot of our depots. And with the depots, when you retract the depot to move it, it takes a turn before you can replace it. So in the last turn, I pulled a lot of them up. But this turn, if we look back at the supply, I've moved them to our front lines to keep our frontline troops in supply. So hopefully, and we've got 2 more to replace next time. That was a fast advance for us in turn 5 here, 4 and 5. But still, work to be done. Let's see how the Germans respond. God, they've blown all the bridges. To rebuild them. All right, now we did have this card here, which we played. Oh, did I already play it then? The card about seeing the fog of war? I must have played it by accident then. I thought it meant it would be available to us, but I didn't want to play it then. I wanted to play it now, but apparently I screwed that up. Okay, so what are our objectives for this turn? Push on to Godov. We need that. See if we can find out what's in Luga and push forward to that. Sweep our troops from Novgorod, see if we can take this to cut off Staraya Russa, and then also drive to Luga from the east and southeast. Time to get busy. Let's take Godov. It is ours. Do you have to, how do you say it? Do you say the G or is it just Dove? February 8th, we're able to knock out the forces in Narva, but we didn't have enough to push across the river. We did rebuild the bridge, which will help. Maybe we can take it in the next few days. Pushed on again, we took Godov here, and then we're pushing towards Leningrad, but we did hit this with our air, but it wasn't able to do any damage. We're going to need to push, get across the river and into Luga, and we've only got a few days left to do it. Around Novgorod, we pushed forward, retaking this undefended city here and cutting off the troops in Staraya Russa, which is good, and hopefully we can take that before at least the end of it. We are going to grab these supplies here. I think this supply depot might be keeping these troops in supply, but we should get it next turn, so that'll help. But I still don't quite know. We don't know what's in Luga. Let's see what the Germans do here. Oh, they wiped our unit out. That tank, armor. Where did they come from? Oh, and they're blowing the bridges. We're not going to get it. Damn it. Those crafty Germans. We lost 50 experience point for a KIA unit there by that armored unit. We need to make them pay. These guys are completely out of supply for 3 turns wandering through the woods here. Okay, that's not good either. Okay. Let's first hit these tanks with armor aircraft, see if we can soften them up a little bit. We did. Good. Now we should be able to come down and finish them off. Excellent. Very good. Okay. It was a fatal last charge by the Germans here. Now, the big thing here is, can we push forward? Oh man, it's such slow going. Can we go faster? Well, we can take these supplies. That will help. All right, and that should hurt the forces down here in Staraya Russa. Finally cut them off here. Not sure what we want to do next with these guys. But okay, anyway, we'll get going here. I'm going to see if we can take Narva, at least get the attack going on it. See if we can threaten Luga here, but we've only got a few days. Each turn's about a week or so. We got 1 more week to get it. We're not even at the outskirts yet. Hopefully, these forces here can sneak in the back door. We'll see what goes on here. Turn 7. February 13th, 1944, we've heavily hit these mechanized unit defending Narva, but we just can't push across the river. We've got a bridge built there now, and we've got them surrounded. I think it might fall in the next turn, but not yet. We did make this 117th Rifle Corps made a brave attempt across here, knocking out the defenders on the other side of the river, but just running out of steam to make it across. We did, however, build a bridge there and built a pontoon just to the west. So we have a potential to get across and push towards Luga, but I don't know if we can get into it on the next turn. Our forces are also pushing in from the southeast, but whether we can make it across these defenders and into Luga on the last turn remains to be seen. Otherwise, yeah, progress is slow through this terrain, and when they start blowing the bridges, it's really nasty here for us. Staraya Russa, they should be out of supply, but they're still kind of tenaciously holding on here. Might try some more attacks down here, see if we can we do like a, we really can't do, and here we go, these can do it. This would be the set piece attack. So that should weaken their entrenchment and push them out. Excellent. So I take that back. We can push forward now and take Staraya Russa. Most excellent. Pushing the forces out. Good, good. Begone, Germans, begone. Okay, so I'm going to set our supply, and then for one last push on Luga. Let's see how the Germans respond here on their turn 7. They're definitely going to set more troops into Luga here. That's it. They must be running pretty desperately short on supply here. So this is it. Oh my gosh, we know it's in Luga now. A full Panzer Division. The 12th Panzer Division is just dug into Luga here. Well, they're not dug in, but they're just sitting there. They did not... There's no way yeah, look at that. 4-0. And we have to get inside it here. We have to try it, right? Let's see if the aircraft will weaken them. Usually, cities... You can't do it. Oh, there's just too much here. We're going to not win because we couldn't get Luga here. But let's get Narva anyway. All right. Narva is ours. That worked. That's excellent. Nothing else for those troops to do over there. We've got all the prisoners. But I don't know how we get Luga from that Panzer Division. I don't see how we can do it. It's just going to be brutal if we go head on there. Those are our best troops. Let's try it. See if we can do suppressive fire. That worked. But they're in the way now. They can still go there. Okay. Maybe. Go around the side here. Can we hit them 1-1? It's going to be expensive. They're going to hold. They fell out. Can we get in there? No. Yes, we can. Okay. We've got to send our strongest and best unit into Luga. That would be these guys. It's going to take their supply too. All right. So Luga's, you know they're going to come after it though. Okay. So we have to put the hurt on all these units around here. So we're pushing up as much infantry as we can from all sides of Luga, just trying to reduce the chances that they can counterattack here. That's good. So knocking out more troops. I'd like to see if we can hit this mechanized unit. Maybe we can get them with aircraft here. Yes, suppressed them. Perfect. So they can push up. They can't attack across the river though. Ah, that's unfortunate, but they can and wipe them out. Let's do it. Don't lose any troops. Good. Perfect. Okay, can you push forward? Can you push forward? Can you get across that spot? No, nobody's got enough speed to make it. Okay. And they're going to throw themselves back at the city on one final assault. We can be sure of that. February 18th comes to a close here. We have taken Narva, crossing the river here. Godov holds us. We hold that. Luga has fallen. We've built a wall here. We did hit these infantry units to the south of the city pretty hard. They do have this fresh... I'm not sure which one this is. The 58th Infantry Division is right here and fresh and in supply too. So they could probably mount a counterattack. Whether they can get in or not. This unit here, we can see it's only got 1 blue pip yet left, so it's pretty weak. This one down here is 4, so it's pretty strong. We can see it as we click on the unit on that blue dots on the right-hand side too. So those would be the units that it could counterattack with. Whether it will choose to do so, whether it thinks it can make the math is good or not, I'm not sure. To the south here, we've just kind of beat up these units a little bit, just trying to hold on to Stadayu, so there's not really much else we can do with these units down here, and they are out of supply. We've pushed up to the headquarters of the 16th Army down here, taken some more supplies. The German situation is collapsing, but they did delay us enough in the east to really hurt us here. Let's see what they can do and if they are going to take Luga here. We'll grab the prestige there. Oh, armor showing up. That's not good. Oh, but they didn't attack. That's excellent. Oh, they did some emergency supplies here. Their headquarters ran away. Reduced supply there, and there it is. Soviet victory. Campaign score 178. That's not the greatest, but I guess we'll take it here. We really got slowed down in the east, but a fun scenario. That was good. I feel like I was doing better the first time I played, when I played 3 or 4 turns just to kind of get fresh again. And I'm not the strongest player. And I haven't played for a while too, so there's a little bit of 2 things going on. Those are my excuses. But if we do look at our results over here, we did get all of our objectives, not in the most timely fashion there. Narva apparently had been taken by turn 7. We got it by turn 8, so we failed there. Stadayu, we took turn 7, I think, too, because we missed it. Ropsha, we turned by 1. We did reach all our objectives and hence the victory, but I don't think that's the greatest score. But we'll take it. A victory. 52, 26% losses. None of our armor. We didn't have any armor. 29% of our infantry. It is Russia, right? Throw them at them. And then 22% of our specialist units. We'll take the victory, though. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. If you'd like to see some other scenarios or videos of this in action, I'll put a link to 2 of our other scenarios playing with different DLC with the game. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.